Hola!
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 Hola from
Hola.
a different hola. This is a Spanish hola. We're back in Spain.
Española.
Welcome to week 16 of rolling around Europe in Rolly. Week 16. Wow.
Whoa.
Ticking along. Where are we? We're in Spain. We are just outside of Vigo in Spain. So we've crossed the border. So we had a wonderful almost 3 weeks in Portugal. When we left you last week, we were up in the Douro Valley at a beautiful vineyard called Quinta do Monte Travesso, which we stayed an extra night at. It was so lovely. Had a lovely tasting there and bought a few bottles of wine, so that was great. And had a lovely drive down the Douro Valley. It's very picturesque up there along the river. Had a wonderful stop, didn't we? Lunchtime
Beautiful
stop.
lunch spot.
We were
Lovely.
going through the villages. The roads are pretty tight, and just found this little spot on the side of the road with just a fantastic view
That's
over
beautiful.
the river and vineyard. So a great place to stop there. Then we were cruising down. We found a little place by a lake called Luzum, which is a bit of a funny story because we sure
lost
did
it.
lost them. We after we decided we wouldn't stay there the night, and we decided we'd carry on down to Porto and just stay down to Porto for the night. But we jumped on, and we thought we'll take the toll roads just for something different because it would only be an hour. And when we got to the toll exit booth in Porto, I went to find my wallet.
Where's my wallet?
Did the Australian haka.
Yeah.
And no wallet. So I pretty much knew what had happened. We were sitting in some deck chairs at the bar back in Luzum, and we did lose a wallet. So we had to drive all the way back, an hour back, another toll charge, and when we got there, the bar
was
had closed. But luckily, I just looked at my email and found the lovely girl from the bar had found my email address and emailed me and said she's got my wallet. So with great relief, because the flip side of that would have been quite a mission trying to replace cards and driver's licenses and everything.
So she lived just down the road, so she offered to come and drop it off to us. And in the end, we decided to stay there the night because the reason we were going to move on was because it was a bar and it was going to be open till 11 p.m. and it was a Thursday night and we thought party was going to go off. But no one there, bar closed. So we stayed there the night.
Peaceful night. But it just goes to show how nice the Portuguese people have been.
So nice.
Until they jump in a car, that is. Then they turn into evil people.
Yeah. So the next day,
where did we go?
We went to Porto.
So Porto was cool, wasn't it? It was. We parked down by the river, good little spot, and then cycled into Porto itself.
Across the bridge.
Then across the bridge, the star of Porto is the King Louis I bridge. I had to think about that. Parked our bikes by the bridge and then walked through town, and lots of things happening. They're digging up the roads, so there's a lot of construction going on for a new metro that's going through the place, which sort of reminds you a bit of Auckland has been for the last few years. So a lot of construction happening, but lots of happening. Cool place.
Lots of guys trips, lots of
obviously a party town, trips. I think, isn't it?
Lots of And
English we found people. A lovely little restaurant and had lunch there. And as you'll see in the videos, it was a threatening dark sky that day. And in the middle of our lunch, towards the end of our lunch, the skies opened and fair drenched us, even though we're under umbrellas.
Luckily, we had finished our lunch.
Others weren't so lucky. Their lunches were absolutely filled with water. So, bit of fun. Didn't last long, and then find back up again. So we didn't stay in Porto. Being in the city, we felt it was a little bit loud, so we decided there was a beach just north. So we headed out to the beach called Praia do Fonteio. Really nice spot actually, right by the beach, and had a beautiful sunset actually. It was a very red sun. It was a dark grey sky with a red sun. It was very spectacular. So, and a nice walk through a fishing village the next morning. So that was pretty cool. Then we headed north to a place called Villa Char, which just a little bit away from the beach. Went for a wander through the village, and we saw what was it, a Saint's Day celebration sort of
setup
preparation going on, and there was yellow, what were they? Marigold flower petals for probably kilometres through the streets, all beautifully laid out.
And then they walk all over them.
And I think they have a procession carrying the Virgin Mary, and a band playing and the likes. We didn't stay for that, so we didn't get to witness that, but it was still pretty cool to see their setup. Then we've headed north to Viana do Castelo, where we stayed right beside the river mouth in the port area, or opposite the port area really. Nice night there. We cycled across into Viana, across the Eiffel Bridge. So I didn't realise they had an Eiffel Bridge, but designed by Eiffel himself, Gustavo Eiffel, I think, isn't it? Nice little wander through the village there, and then we have headed north across the border into Spain. So it was Adeus to Portugal and Hola to Spain. So we're back in Spain after, was I said, 3 weeks, and now we get to explore northern Spain, which we believe is quite different from the rest of Spain. So we're going to enjoy that.
So the weather has turned, and it has been a bit cloudy and cold the last couple of days, so we're heading north. We're not going to spend time in the middle section, we're just going to spend time up the north. And it seems to me, from the research I've done, that this part of Spain is absolutely gorgeous, so looking forward to exploring it.
And hoping the weather clears up. I've actually got long trousers on today for the first time.
We had to put a jacket on to go out for a
coffee certainly in France. We haven't had long trousers in Spain or Portugal, so definitely a bit cool, but it's refreshing in a way. Alright, that's probably it. Enjoy the video. Lots there. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, and if you like what we're doing, we appreciate if you could click on the like button. Adios. See you next week. Here's our lunch stop. Not sure how well this is going to come over film. It's going to be as bumpy as anything. We are cycling along a cobbled pathway into Porto. I have to boost the power up. Now we're just coming into sight of the Louis I bridge, and it has started raining. Let's just go and see if we can get a view. here we are in Porto at the bottom of the Louis I bridge. There's two layers, there's a rail at the top, road at the bottom, and you can walk across both looks. And down there we've got a bit of a harbour and some old boats, and here comes the bus. Oh, watch out, car. Alright, cycling along, a lot of people about. Not the best of days today, she's a bit blustery, grey, but hey, we've had a really good run with the weather, so due to get a bit of not so good weather. Rather black looking sky up there. Just walking along the Douro River front here, and these are a lot of the cruises you can do, traditional looking boats. Excuse me, madam, what are you doing here?
What am I doing here?
Yeah. Okay, we're here at the somewhat famous bookstore called Livraria Chardron. But this is the queue. And there's signs there, that's the 12 o'clock, 11:30, oh that must be out of, goes all the way down there. At least there's a bit of live entertainment here. Just sitting here, did a bit of people watching outside the University of Porto and the Fountain of the Lions. What are you thinking, Claire?
I think that fountain does not look right.
Yeah, they've painted it
in the colour of marble.
It's a marble fountain and they've painted it green. Looks like it's plastic or something. It's a little weird.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking that they are digging holes all over the place. I don't know what they're doing, but most of Porto is being dug up.
Probably building a metro or something, more metro stations.
Yeah, so
all
there's
over
a lot
the
of
place.
noise and
Very busy place, lots of tourists, very, very touristy. Hop on, hop off bus tours, boat rides. Well, there's a bit of Instagram posing going on here.
Yeah, they start
Adventure style. This is Crystal Palace Gardens. Claire's a little bit disappointed because she couldn't find the Crystal Palace.
But here it is.
Instead, we found a dome.
I wanted sparkles and glitter.
Crystal. There's no crystal. The rain has stopped. Let's go and have a quick look inside here. This is inside the railway station. Amazing tile work. They're really colourful. What's your thoughts of the train station, Claire?
It's very beautiful.
You have to
I
speak
like
up.
It's very beautiful. I like the paintings on top that go around the top. They're actually tiles, aren't they?
They're all tiles, ceramic tiles. Alright, we're just coming up to the top of the Louis I Bridge. You see a tram going across. I thought there were trains earlier, but it's actually trams. And so this is off the other side of the bridge. That's where we cycled earlier today. And if you look right through all the bridges in the way distance, you might be able to see Roller. You see there's about 2 or 3 vans way down in the distance. I'm sure you can't, but we can. So from Roller we can see to here, so it must be Roller. Hey Roller! Show very well, but amazing sunset, completely red sun sitting here just north of Porto, very dark grey sky, and the sun's just popped out. Right, let's go now for a look at this little lighthouse, little fishing village here, just along from where we've got Roller Park down the bay, down the beach there. Their main catch here is octopus, lobster, and they also claim sardines here are the best in the country, so we better try and find a seafood restaurant somewhere and test that claim out. Nice little walk out to the lighthouse. It's not really a lighthouse, is it? More a light pole, but oh, nice walk out here. It's quite a surf, bit of a surge coming in. This is the Atlantic Ocean. If we scan back around this way, straight across there, out there, is Roller. Alright, just cycled over the bridge, over the Eiffel Bridge to Viana do Castelo, and cycling through the town. It's very quiet. It's a Sunday afternoon. Quite a few people at lunch, although these places are very quiet. Pretty purple flowers along here. See a few places do this with the umbrellas. Looks pretty cool. Very colourful. Alright, that is the back streets of Viana do Castelo. Let's head down to the water and see whether we're riding across the Eiffel Bridge
or getting the boat.
Or getting the ferry. full power mode cycling across the Eiffel Bridge. Very narrow, I've got cars behind me. Alright, thought we'd just cruise around and have a look at these Portuguese fishing boats. In the distance you can see across to Viana and up to the, I actually don't know what it is, it's monastery I think up the top.